Today's video is going to be over the area of quadrilaterals. So we need to know about 3 quadrilaterals in 6th grade. On your star chart, they are found on the back side under area. We're going to be focusing today on the area of rectangles and parallelograms and the area of trapezoids. Now, I want you to notice that the 2 letters, 2 variables that are used in both of these situations are the letter B and the letter H. So I want to talk about what those mean first. The letter B stands for the base of the shape, and the letter H stands for the height of the shape. So I'm going to show you really quick what the base and the height is in the rectangle, parallelogram, and trapezoid. So in a rectangle, the base is the bottom of the shape. Okay, it's how long that shape is. That's his base. His height is the width, or the height, how tall it is. All right, pretty straightforward. So we, a lot of people learn the area of a rectangle as the length times the width. Base times height is the exact same thing. All right, then we have a parallelogram, which is like a slanted rectangle. All right, again, the base is going to be the bottom of the parallelogram, but the height is not this length right here. That is not the height. The height is actually how far the top and the bottom are. If I were to create a right angle from the top down to the base, that right angle right there, this line is my height. So we go from the top corner down to the base and create a right angle, and that is our height of the parallelogram. So it's a little bit different. And then lastly, for a trapezoid, it actually has 2 bases. It has a base on the bottom and a base on the top. So we call this base 1 and base 2. And then again, his height is from the top corner down to the bottom where it forms a right angle. And we call that the height. And if you look, this line with the right angle kind of makes the letter H. All right, so now we're going to do 3 examples, and you're going to fill in the formulas and do the example in your notes as well. So the area of a rectangle, we have the area equals the base times the height, BH. So in this figure, the base is 5 centimeters and the height is 2 centimeters. So when we solve this, we're going to say this equals the base 5 times, the height of 2. All right, and all we do is multiply. 5 times 2 is 10, so our answer is 10 centimeters, and it's 10 centimeters squared. Because we're dealing with area, we're multiplying 2 of the sides of the shape, and so that results in a squared number. All right, so that's the area of a rectangle. Super easy, base times height. Parallelogram is the exact same. Area equals base times the height. Again, our base is 6 inches and our height is 3 inches. And again, it's this line from the top corner down to the base where it forms a right angle. That is the height. It is not this length over here. It's different from a rectangle in that. All right, so to solve this, I'm going to plug in 6 as my base times 3 as my height. And I multiply. 6 times 3 is 18, and it's 18 inches squared. Super easy. Rectangle and parallelogram are very easy. Now the trapezoid is a bit more difficult because we're dealing with a shape that has 2 bases. Okay, the top and the bottom are not the same length like they are in the trapezoid or parallelogram. In the parallelogram, this is 6 inches and that's 6 inches, so we're able to just do the simple base times height. In a trapezoid, we have to first find the average of the bases. So that's what this first part is. We have to do 1/2 times the base 1 plus the base 2. I'm just going to put B plus B. And then we can multiply times the height. So this first part right here is finding the average of the bases. We're saying add the two bases together and then divide by 2, and that gives you an average, and then you can multiply by the height. So our two bases are 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters, and our height again is this length from the top corner down to the bottom where it forms a right angle, and that's 4 centimeters. So we are going to plug that information into our equation. We have 1/2 times the two bases, 5 plus 8, and then times the height of 4. And we need to follow order of operations here, so we're going to do what's in the parentheses first. 5 plus 8 is 13. Bring everything down. Now, all I have left is multiplication. I have to multiply 1/2 times 13 and multiply times 4. I'm going to do this side first because 13 is an odd number, so finding half of it would give me a decimal. So I'm going to do 13 times 4 first, and that gives me 52. And now I'm going to find half of that. So half of 52 is doing 52 divided by 2. That's what this means. Half of means divide by 2. And that's going to give us 26. So our answer here is 26 centimeters squared again. All right, make sure you have the formulas and your examples copied into your notes, and we're going to practice this tomorrow.